Good evening, and welcome to another episode of the Defender Fitness Alliance show. Before we get started, once again, I want to invite everyone that's not part of the Alliance, go ahead and check out the Defender Fitness Alliance group. If you guys know any veterans, any law enforcement, or first responders who can benefit from the group, please invite them and have them join the Alliance. All right, so with that being said, I want to welcome our guest for this week. Our guest for this week is a Marine veteran, and he's also the founder of Rain Supplements Company. I have the pleasure of introducing Mike Race.
Hey,
Mike,
everybody.
First off, thank you for being part of the Alliance and coming on this week for our guest. First off, can you tell us a little bit about your service and what you're up to now?
Right. Well, I joined the Marine Corps in July 2005. Um, Went to Parris Island and then to Camp Geiger for School of Infantry and got out of there, graduated as a mortarman, 0341. Um, I was in 4th LAR. It's a reserve unit out of Syracuse, New York. And I trained for about 3.5 to about 4 years before I went on my only deployment. But we deployed to Iraq in 2009, and we were there for about 7 months, and came back home and had another about 2 years left before I EAS'd. And I got out as a sergeant. Um, and after the Marine Corps, I did side jobs, a lot of side jobs, different jobs, jumped around everywhere, and eventually went to the VA and went through the process of talking with them and got evaluated for PTSD, and they put me on tons of meds. I took those medications for not even 2 months, I'd say. I just didn't, the medications just turned me into somebody different, and I didn't like it. And then I got out, or realized that my passion lied with the gym and working out, and pretty much dedicated my therapy to the gym and got off all those medications. I realized that was the best thing that ever happened to me when I, found that passion and realized how much that helped me. And then I figured I would want to start a business of some sort within the fitness industry. I just wasn't sure what. And I always knew that I wanted to work for myself. I didn't want to work a 9 to 5 or be controlled by a boss. I just wanted to be my own boss. And I was taking a supplement or ingredients, the apple cider vinegar diet for a few years. It was all in liquid form. I'd wake up every morning and make it. Um, and I decided that I hated the taste of vinegar and that it was just too time consuming in the morning to get all those ingredients together to make it. And I decided to take everything that I had and to put it into a capsule form. So I did a bunch of research and talked to some nutritionists and eventually came up with my own formula. And that formula I sent to a manufacturer down in Georgia. It's a US, USDA approved facility, and I went through them. They made it and they shipped it back to me, and that's what I've been doing for the past 3 months since I launched RGN, which stands for Real Good Nutrition. Um,
Okay.
and yeah, that's
Let-
where I've been. This is the product right here. I'm actually at the gym. I just got here about 10 minutes ago, so I'm about to take these take these with my pre-workout after I get done on this podcast and get a lift in.
so
So yeah.
so that's awesome, brother. I mean, like most of us here, you know, with some of us that are dealing with those, you know, what could be, you know, stress or PTSD, we use the gym and, you know, working out as like an outlet to help us get through those times. Can you talk a little bit more about your transition? When did you get out of the Marine Corps after you did your time?
When did I?
Yeah, when did you
Oh,
transition
yeah.
out of the Marine Corps?
I got out in August of 2013.
And then from there, how long, I guess, how long was the process? Did you get into like the supplemental business immediately, or like how long did that take for you?
Well, I actually started a business before that. So actually, I'm registered as a business owner for a year, a little over a year right now. But my first um, company was called Rain Fit, and that was a Christian-based apparel line, a fitness apparel line. Because I also used, God and everything too when I got out. That helped a lot. So I used both what my faith and fitness together, and then started that company. Um, and then something just told me to transition into the supplement side because I was using that product for a few years, and then that
Hmm.
came to get into that. I think I could help a lot more people with that, with the supplement side of things, which I will also be bringing in apparel and everything too. But um, for now, I'm focusing on getting supplements out. I have that first product that I just showed, and then I have a pre-workout that I came up with as well. That's um, in the process of being made right now.
How did you get into the whole supplement? Was it just the fact that you didn't like what you were taking, you know, some of the brands that you were taking beforehand, and then you were just like, man, why not just create my own? Or like, how did that come about with your own supplement line?
Um, it actually started um, at church. Actually, there's this guy there. He was an older gentleman. His name was Norm. He's like 96 years old, and I've never seen a guy that old be able to just walk around and carry himself as he does. Um, you would have never you would never guess that he's 96. He walks around like maybe he's like 70. Um, and then I asked him, I'm like, hey, what do you do? What 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 do you take? Do you take anything that gives you, you know, this longevity and energy and everything with life? And he's been taking that, the apple cider vinegar and all these other ingredients. He actually gave me some of the ingredients
Right.
that I have in my formula right now. And see, he was an Army veteran. He was in World War II. Um, and when I spoke with him, he eventually had to move because his wife passed away. And after that, I it just it just came to me that and I was using the keto diet. I switched my diet over to keto, um, which also has been awesome with just how I keep my physique and everything. And um, so I just put all those things together and knew that this would be a really good product. And since the launch, it's been, I didn't think I was going to be where I'm at right now when I, first launched it, which has been a lot, way more successful than I, thought I would be at this point, which is
Right.
awesome.
How long have you how long has been the line been open, like the supplemental company?
That I launched in February of this year, so it's only been about 3 months.
Okay.
And I'm going to be on my first shelves. I'll be putting my supplements at a gym that has almost 10,000 members. Uh, I'm working with the owner right now to uh, get them on his shelves at the gym there. So that'll be my first spot where it's actually uh, on a shelf, which is awesome.
That's excellent, bro. Congrats on the success so far and just starting out since February. Only been months and already gaining traction. So congrats on that.
Thank you.
So in going with opening up your own supplemental line, what's been, you've only been open for a few short amount of time, but what's been, I guess, the worst moment you've had so far in creating your own line of supplements?
This actually happened only a few weeks ago. Um, I got picked to do a window project, which is in Syracuse, New York. It's at a downtown area. A lot of people pass by, either walking or driving, and it's at a very historical landmark uh,
So for
in downtown.
window project, just you showing your supplements to the public.
Yeah,
Okay.
for like business, like small owned businesses,
Hmm.
to be able to showcase, what they do in a window,
Right.
and they decorate the window. They can do whatever they want to, showcase their company. And so I did everything. I decorated the window, had a nice display going, made a banner, like a professional banner, and it looked really nice. And then I decided to take 9 of my bottles with unopened bottles, sealed and everything, and use them as like kind of like an added display in the window. Um, and it was up there for about 3.5 weeks, and then we got word that we had to, take them down because it was after the time frame of how long we could keep it up there. Um, and I went to go take everything down, and every single bottle was just melted, just destroyed.
Wow.
So I lost out on 9 bottles and people told me, hey, maybe you should, you shouldn't leave that there, get bottles that don't have any product in it or something like that. I'm like, oh, it should be good because it's in between buildings. I don't think the sun's gonna hit it. And I was definitely wrong. So I'm out on 9 bottles through damage. Um, but obviously, we'll never do that again.
um, so what's I mean, you kind of alluded to it earlier, but what's been the best moment you've had so far with the supplement line?
The best moment so far?
Yeah.
Return customers. I've been receiving um, a lot of them recently, and just the feedback that they give, knowing that it's helping them, and they say this is an awesome product. Thank you. Um, just hearing that is super rewarding and awesome feeling.
Can you talk a little bit more about what's included in the Rain supplement line? Like, what type of products do you have?
The only product I have right now that's on my website for sale is the fat burner.
Okay.
This has apple cider vinegar, honey powder, Garcinia cambogia, lemon peel powder, L-carnitine base, cayenne pepper, acai berry extract, sodium bicarbonate, magnesium citrate, pyridoxine, HCl, green tea extract, caffeine anhydrous, Cissus quadrangularis, matcha green tea, CLA, raspberry ketones, which gives you the benefits you'll get is thermogenic fat loss, increased sustained energy with no jitters, no crash, increased metabolism, appetite suppression, supports mental focus, and improves skin complexion and your nails and hair. Has a lot of benefits. And then the next product that's in line right now to be launched is a pre-workout.
Okay.
And I plan every few months, every 3 or 4 months, I want to try to do a new product every 3 or 4 months. So
Okay.
eventually, I have whey proteins, um, amino acids, a sleep aid, uh, and other things like that. There'll be a full line of supplements in definitely in 2 years.
So that's for those people who listen, right? That's a if they want to get into the whole supplement line, that's a great idea. Just starting off with one, and then kind of testing that out in the market, and then if everything takes off, then you come out with another product. Like what you're doing, Mike, right now is you got your fat burner, and then later on a protein, a pre-workout, stuff like that. What are some other, I guess, advice that you'd want to give to our listeners or viewers right now who might be looking into, doing what you're doing right now?
Um, I definitely agree with what you said. Is to start off with one. Um, Most FDA approved manufacturers will only um, give you a limited your quantity. If you want to just buy a few, you're not going to be able to do that. You'll have to at least purchase 144 units. That's usually the consensus of a manufacturer in the supplement business, how the least you can buy at a time.
Okay.
Even at that, you're looking at $12 to $13 to make that one product. Um, at least for something this size, the pre-workouts and the proteins will be a lot more. Um, so yeah, definitely to start slow or low. You don't want to just jump in and just put all your money into tons of different things. Especially if you don't have that luxury to do it, and
Hmm.
you're starting off with nothing. Slow is steady, um, and steady is fast. So definitely start just humbly, I guess, and go from there. Um,
Great point,
and,
man.
and find a good manufacturer too that is FDA approved and is made in the United States. I would always say just always have your products made in the United States. So yeah.
So, speaking with about finding a manufacturer, is there like a good internet resource that you can provide our listeners that you can point them to?
Hmm. The company I go through is called USA Labs, um, but you could Google uh, FDA approved facilities, that make supplements. Uh, that was like one of the first ones that popped up when I searched.
USA Labs, you said.
USA Labs. Yep.
And then what?
There's also NutraCaps too. NutraCaps. I was gonna go through them actually first, and then I found the USA Labs after that.
And I guess my question is like, what goes on? What goes on with when you find the manufacturer? Like, what's the whole process with that?
A lot of communication. Um, they'll ask you, can you send over the ingredients and exactly how much each ingredient has, how many milligrams, or um, and then when you give them that, they'll come back with a quote, and then they'll quote you for, um, like I said, it'll be 144 units. That'll be the least you can get. and then it goes up to thousands, or how many units you need after that once you get bigger. And the prices go down, obviously, the more you order. Um, and then you'll send them the label, and they'll look over the label, and if there's anything wrong on the label, they'll say you need to add this, or you need to take this off because we don't need it, or and then they'll help you through the labeling process, and then you can obviously communicate with your graphic designer or whoever
Mm-hmm.
making the label to say, hey, can you please add this, or we need this on there to make it approved to go through. And then once that's done, you'll pay for your labels, and they usually ask for 1,000 labels instead of just the 144. They'll make more for you, and then they'll give you. You can put it on a down payment, which is usually half. Um, you give them that half of the payment, and then they start making it. And once they're done making it, and they say, "Hey, we're ready to ship to you," then you give them the rest of the money. Um, just be prepared for shipping costs. Shipping costs will be a couple $100, just because of the weight and everything of the products you get. Um, yeah, it's pretty. The process is a little time consuming, but it's at least the manufacturer I go through. They're very easy to work with. You can communicate through emails.
So before you even talk to the manufacturer, you have to have the ingredients and get
Yeah.
that all set up and make sure it's approved by
Yeah.
FDA. Okay,
Yep. Yep.
awesome, man. Well, that's Mike. Man, that's a great insight on into the whole supplemental creating your own supplement line. We haven't had anybody
I'm still a
talk about
noob
it.
too, but I'm learning every day.
Yeah, man. Hey, that's how it goes. That's how business is. You got to learn every day and trial by error, right?
Yes, exactly.
So, Mike, so last portion of the interview here. This is where I asked the 5 fitness facts of our guests. You ready for these questions?
Yeah, send them.
All right, brother. So first question: what's your favorite workout?
It's definitely gonna be. I'm an international chest day guy. Mondays are my chest days. I love to bench press. Um, Took me a while to get to the weight I'm at right now, but I just love pushing myself, and then every couple weeks or so, putting more weight on it. And, definitely the chest press
All
and bench.
right, chest days.
Yeah,
What's your least favorite?
uh, legs. I I've never really been a fan of leg day, but I never skip it. I actually have to do legs today. Um, yeah, I've never been a fan of legs. I don't know why. Maybe,
It's like,
maybe because I never see um, that quick results from doing it. My legs are just
yeah,
a hard spot for me to grow. But
I think that's with every guy.
yeah, yeah.
All right. Next question: if you had to choose one person you could train with, who would it be and why?
Um, I would definitely want to train with. I don't know if anybody's heard of him. Probably have if you're following him on social media or Instagram. Derek Weeda.
Oh
He's
yeah,
an Army Ranger and lost his leg.
right.
Um, and I don't know. I just watch his stuff every day through Instagram, uh, and everything he's gone through. It's been a couple of years since I've been following him. Uh, I just think he's a cool dude, and it'd be really fun to get his side of his powerlifting and everything, and learn from him through that. Yeah, he would
To spend a
definitely be.
day with him, he seems like a pretty entertaining
Oh,
guy
he's
too.
very sure.
Yeah, just looking at his Instagram, he just seems like an entertaining guy.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Next question. Recommend a book for our listeners to read.
Hmm. I don't know if I have that with me. That was one thing I didn't get to research, and it was an awesome book that Clear Path for Veterans. It's an organization here in New York. The owner gave me this book a few months ago, and it was awesome, but I can't remember the name. And I was going to do it, and I totally forgot to go find the book. It might be in my car somewhere, but shoot, I don't know. I can't
All right.
remember the name.
We'll drop the name on the comment after the interview or something.
I'll definitely do that.
All right, brother. Another next question. Tell us your favorite quote and why.
Let's see, my favorite quote. Pain is weakness leaving the body. I definitely say that a lot to people, especially if I'm training them. Some people get scared. They're like, "Oh, you're gonna kill me if I train with you." And I'm like, "No, not really. I know how to keep it low, and then we'll progress as time goes on. But you're definitely gonna feel pain. I can't guarantee you that you're not gonna feel pain, but that pain is actually, healthy. It's your body transitioning. It's like I said, it's weakness leaving the body, and if you look at it that way, you're just getting stronger. So,
And finally, last question. Where can our listeners connect with you?
you could connect with me on Facebook. Um, you go to my personal page under Mike Race, or my business page at RGN Sups, and that's SUPPZ. On Instagram at RGN_Sups, SUPPZ. And my email is rgnsups@gmail.com.
Awesome, brother. And any other events or sponsorship coming up? Anything that you want to put out in regards to the supplement line that you want to promote?
Not at the moment. I will be looking for sponsored athletes though very soon. As soon as I get some apparel made and my pre-workout comes out, I'm gonna be looking for athletes after that.
Awesome, brother. And then one final question for me. How can I help you?
Just by being there, and how you're helping everybody with your group you made, and just staying connected with people is awesome. My hat's off to you for that. And yeah, just staying connected to everybody.
Awesome, brother. I appreciate that. And if you're talking about starting your own apparel line, just let me know how I can help out with that. And then for those of you guys that are listening, Mike is looking for some sponsors later on down the line. So make sure you guys connect with him on either Facebook or Instagram, and become a sponsored athlete or ambassador for Rain Supplements. All right, guys. So that's the show for this week. I want to thank Mike once again. Thank you for coming on. I appreciate it, brother.
Thank you, brother.
All right, brother. And then we'll see y'all next week. All right, guys. Take care.
Bye.